Hey guys, welcome back to episode of my NCAA series where we take a look at different teams' intros over the last 25 years. Today we're taking a look at Penn State University, as someone did go ahead and request it down below in the comment section. So today we're going to start off with NCAA 07, and as always, go to 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and finally college football 25. So I want to see who is the best players in the NFL. I know obviously the most recent draft we had, what's his name? Abdul Carter went to Penn State. So they have Freiermuth, Sean Clifford, Micah Parsons. So they had Micah Parsons and they had Abdul Carter. Holy moly, that's a really good unit. I think Pittsburgh had Aaron Donald, I believe, right? Saquon Barkley, Odafe Oweh, Allen Robinson. Holy moly. This is actually wow. I did not realize how many absolute superstars this college produced in the NFL. That's kind of insanely crazy. Okay, well, I guess, I don't really watch college football too much, so I'm guessing Penn State is one of the best colleges, because that's a very long laundry list of potential Hall of Famer in, Saquon. Maybe Micah ends up being a Hall of Famer too. We'll see in the end. But wow. Yeah, no, that's a really, really good list of players. So shout out to Penn State, because I didn't think that was gonna be what I was gonna say in this video. And no diss to Penn State, but if we look at some of the other colleges we have done so far, they haven't really produced that many insanely great talents. Some of them have, but not all of them. So I don't really have high expectations for every college. I know obviously Alabama, Notre Dame produces a lot of NFL talent. Apparently Penn State does too. I'm going to look like an absolute noob for someone who knows a lot about Penn State or is a Penn State fan. But hey, listen, it is what it is. So far in this series, we have done Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, Duke, Clemson, Oregon, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. So this will be our 10th team we are doing here today with Penn State. If you have a certain team you'd like me to do, just tell me down below and I will go ahead and do so. But now going into our next one here, this is NCAA 11, which in my opinion, I think is one of the best intros in college in NCAA history when it comes to these intros. This is one of the best in NCAA 11. It's also the best NCAA. I know that's controversial because a lot of people love NCAA 14. But personally speaking, the Road to Glory mode in NCAA 11 with Eric Andrews is absolutely unmatched. One thing we haven't seen yet is any type of mascot or any type of crazy extra thing happening. Penn State got a mascot, right? I feel like they don't. No, they definitely do. Most colleges have a mascot. Yeah, they have a lion. Okay. That's a very interesting looking lion. Nittany, the lion. Nice. Okay. So they do have a lion. Is this for the football team or is this for their because he's wearing a basketball? Nope. That is their football team. Okay. Nice. So they do have a mascot. I don't think he appears in any of these NCAA intros, but that is definitely a mascot. I don't feel like he looks like a lion, though. I guess he kind of is supposed to look like the actual logo. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, we're about to get into NCAA 12. So shout out to the lion, Nittany. I'm probably butchering that name completely. I'm probably absolutely butchering that. But anyway, for NCAA 12, we are doing Pittsburgh versus Penn State here. So a little bit of an in-area rivalry. I feel like Pittsburgh has other than Aaron Donald, I feel like they have produced a lot of good talent as well. It's like there's a lot of colleges that might have like 3 or 4 really good players. Like I think South Carolina had like a decent amount, but it's just sometimes colleges will produce like decent players, good players, really good either rotational guys or maybe some starters. And then you have these powerhouses. Like, again, Alabama, that's a known college to produce a lot of NFL talent. But I do also love NCAA 12's intro. I still will say NCAA 11, best intro of all time, but 12 does go hard. For no reason at all, 12 does go hard. And now we actually get to see inside the locker room. Although not much inside the locker room. Custom signs need to come back. Wow, yeah. Not much inside the locker room, just kind of like the tunnel area, which I don't think any of the NCAAs really go that in-depth inside the locker room. I think College Football 25 has started doing that because they kind of brought that over from Madden. But other than that, not much inside the locker rooms. And now we got number 11. So who is number 11? And also, I don't think any of the players have a name on the back of their jersey, which is something that Penn State does. All right, so we are about that. This is 2012's roster, right? So if it's 2012 NCAA, I think it's going to go off at NCAA 11 roster, I believe. But let's see. Who is number 11? Number 11 is Matt McGloin, quarterback. Oh, okay. Matt McGloin. He did make the NFL, actually. Not successful in the NFL, but he did make the NFL. So that's something. Think anyone else on this roster made the NFL for the 2012 roster? Let me see. 2013 roster. Adrian Amos made the NFL. That's at least that's someone. I don't think anyone else make this. Looking at some of these rosters, it's amazing when you see like NFL players. You're like, whoa, that's guys on this roster. And then you see the rest of the roster, and you're like, nobody else on this roster made anything of their career. But there is that one guy who will pop up, and you're like, wow, that guy made a really big, appearance. And he definitely led the team in every single category, most likely. All right, so now we got an inside look. Okay, I like this. So we got a little bit of an inside look of the actual locker room outside of the tunnel. That actually does go hard a little bit. And I feel like they use this shot again. Hold up. Oh, let me make sure I didn't do NCAA 12 twice. No, I didn't. Did they just copy and paste that same thing twice? Ain't no way, EA. They just used the NCAA 12 and 13. They just used in NCAA 13, they used the same cut from 12. So they just copied and pasted it. Wow. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, but now we got NCAA 14, which is just a movie sequence of players running out of the tunnel, celebrating. There's the mascot. We saw the mascot. Nittany Lions. Wow. Yes, that creature right there is a lion. Yeah. I'm going to start looking into some of it. I might do a video of like the mascots. What is it called? Mascot Brawl, where you can play with the mascots like a football game. I might look into that because that might be interesting. The actual mascots playing, because holy crap, is this something. Now we're getting into College Football 25, the latest and greatest from EA Sports. I will definitely say this intro sequence video has been quite the interesting one. And there they are in the greatest costume of all time. The Penn State mascot. Okay. He really gets featured in this one. Wow. Oh, I mean, hey, more power to the player. Shout out to that Nittany Lion. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Make sure to like and subscribe button down below. I'll see you guys next one.